Welcome to Sense and Nonsense A to Z, where we pick topics based off of the letter of the day. Today is episode 14 of season 2, featuring the letter N.
We're family and we're your hosts, AT and Z. So let's get started. Okay, so here we go. The N hello. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Namaste.
Great.
Oh, I know. Okay, so how was your Thanksgiving?
About as you'd expect. Yeah.
Okay?
There's a big fight. There's always a big fight. I can't, I don't seem to be able to avoid it. As much as I don't want it to be a fight, there's always a fight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. You try and make it as small as possible with as few people as possible so there's no drama. And
Wrong.
Guess what? Big drama.
So it's a Thanksgiving event, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you get over it, but still, it's like, come on, man. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Come on, son.
Come on, son. Honestly.
So you ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was getting ready. I prepped the day before too, so I was in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
And I was going to make a cherry pie. So put that on the counter. I opened the oven and I'm like, oh, I really got to clean this stupid thing because I always put aluminum foil on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I had taken it out about a month ago, but we kept on cooking in there and stuff kept on dripping. So I'm like, oh, I can't put clean aluminum foil on a dirty oven. Okay. So out came the cleaner, clean the oven. Beautiful. Put the aluminum foil in, turn on the oven. Nope. Wouldn't go on.
You're kidding.
Nope. So the pie went back in the freezer.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Good thing we were smoking the turkey, because if I was cooking the turkey, I'd be screwed.
What did you do for dessert?
Our guest was bringing the dessert. Good thing.
Oh.
But I had to call her and I was like, because she was bringing vegetables too. And I said, what kind of vegetables you bring? Because my oven is shot. I cleaned it and I must have screwed up the element,
Oh my God.
Yeah, it wouldn't go on. I was able to do the broiler. So I put the broiler on low to heat stuff up.
Yeah.
I put everything on the bottom so everything stayed warm.
Right.
But I couldn't cook in there. Yeah.
Oh no.
We may do.
Yeah. I mean, as you do, you find a way.
Absolutely. Like I said, good thing I had stuff pre-made.
Wow.
So that was mine. So I ordered an element. I went on GE.
Yeah.
And it's like out of stock. It's like,
really?
Seriously? We're having that bad of a supply chain issue that even these things are out of stock.
Jeez.
So I found somebody on eBay and I ordered it there. It'll be in next week.
All right.
Yeah. So that's what's going on.
Jeepers.
Yeah, it was fun and games.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you watch the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
It was awesome.
Was it?
It was awesome.
I'm going to watch it.
Oh, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
It was so good. But of course, Pat Benatar was awesome.
Of course.
And she was inducted by Sheryl Crow.
Nice.
Yeah. By the way, Dave Grohl was there and he played guitar with Lionel Richie.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. As much as I was waiting for Pat Benatar, I got to tell you, the best part was Dolly Parton.
Oh, I'm sure.
She was fantastic.
Of course.
She was fantastic. So she comes out in this outfit and she pretty much explains, oh, by the way, Pink inducted her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was really good. So she comes out in this outfit and she was like, I get it now. I was resisting this, but I get it. Because there's just so many songs that she wrote and people in rock have done her songs.
Absolutely.
And she said that she's working on a rock and roll album and she wrote a rock and roll song for the event. So she went off. So a couple of people did a couple of her songs as she was going in the back and dressing, right?
Of course.
Then she comes out in this black leather with like chain-like stuff. I mean, she was like a biker,
Yeah.
With an electric guitar. And she was like, so cute. So cute.
That's awesome.
And then everybody at the end came on stage and sung Jolene.
Oh, that's the best.
The best.
That song, just thinking about it, gives me chills.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah. Simon Le Bon sung a verse. You know, that's
awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was really, really good.
People love her. I don't think she understands how much she has permeated the pop culture realm. And
I think she was trying to relay that she gets it.
Yeah, now. I think she does now. But I don't think previously, like, you know, I don't think she would have known that Duran Duran loved her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think she would have made that leap before.
Right.
And now it's like,
like Pink
actually
loves
do.
her.
Yeah.
Benatar loves her. Sheryl Crow. It was fantastic. So when you have 4 hours to spare, it was 4 hours. It was, but it was awesome.
I meant to watch it, but things.
Yeah, it's Thanksgiving. It's tough this time of year. It really is.
It is. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to do. Yeah. And there's a lot to plan for as well, because especially right now, Thanksgiving and Christmas are only 3 weeks apart this year.
I know.
So it's really tight.
Yeah. Probably a good time to let people know.
We are going to take a break for a couple of weeks
because we have to.
We need it. We really do.
It's holiday time.
It is. And, you know, just like for everybody, we are under the crunch time to get ready for it.
Plus, we have jobs too. So.
Yeah, I mean, we have other stuff going on, and kid, and you know, it makes it a little tough, especially because they have a holiday break. Yeah. So when they're out of school, there's a lot of other distractions going on. So we'll be back on December 20th for our holiday episode and the letter O.
Yes.
Word game, 10 questions. What do you want to
do? Let's do 10 questions first.
Okay.
All right. N addition.
Yeah.
No. Okay. First question. What do you keep on your nightstand?
A whole bunch of stuff.
Do you?
I got a lamp. I got remotes for the little space heater. I got a remote for the TV. I got a remote for the ceiling fan.
Right.
I have a extension cord with like 5 plugs on it.
That's all on your nightstand. Huh?
Yeah, it's all there.
Right.
I have lotion and
that I have. Lip balm too.
I have a lip balm and I have an essential oil.
Do you?
Yeah. And what else? Oh, I have a catalog.
On your nightstand.
All on my nightstand.
That's great.
Yeah.
Do you keep an alarm clock on your nightstand?
No, I did away with it. I used to, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing?
Too.
It's just my phone now.
My phone. Oh, do you keep your phone next to you?
Yeah. My phone's my alarm clock. My phone's everything.
Oh,
I know.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. No, my phone's in the other room charging. I have a clock on the other side of the room. That's an alarm clock if I need it, but I usually wake up on my own.
Oh, not me.
But for me, it's just a lamp, lotion, and a lip balm. That's all I have.
You know, that's fantastic.
In my nightstand is a different story. Okay, second question. Napkins, paper or cloth?
Paper. I'm sorry. I can't be dealing with cloth napkins.
I can't deal with it either. As much as I think they're pretty and stuff.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah. But I have these nice, when people come over, I have these nice paper napkins, that, you can get away with that. Okay, number 3. Favorite nut?
Brazil nuts.
Oh.
Yeah, favorite.
How about that?
Yeah. Hardly ever have them, but I adore them. I love them very much.
Yeah, for me, it's macadamia.
Those are good too.
Oh, God, love them.
Yeah.
Okay. Nozzle or nitwit?
Nitwit.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But I've been hearing nozzle a lot lately.
Really?
On movies and stuff. Yeah. Like, on these talk shows and stuff. Yeah, I hear nozzle a lot. But anyway, okay. Lame question, so we'll move on. To another lame question.
Okay.
Ever been a notary?
I haven't.
No. No.
I probably should, though.
I was.
Were you?
Yeah.
It's handy, isn't it?
Well, until people start taking advantage of you.
Really?
Yeah. All about a notary is that you're supposed to keep track of whatever you've notarized, and you have to check on the people's signatures and make sure that they're them, you know. I started getting people who knew me and knew that I was a notary, like, hey, my sister signed this. Can you notarize that? It's like, no, I have to. She has to sit in front of it. Yeah, it's part of being a witness.
Yeah.
Oh, but she can't come. But it's like, no. As a matter of fact, somebody just asked me if I was a notary, and it was like, I'm glad I'm not anymore, because to have gotten involved in what she was asking me to notarize, it was the paperwork that I wasn't comfortable with that was getting notarized. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I kind of gave that up. That up a long time ago. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Next question. Worst nuisance.
Oh, that's a tough one. I don't want to name names.
No.
I'm only kidding. I would say this time of year, the leaves are the worst nuisance, because you're like, oh, it's not that big deal. But when they get wet and they're on the walkways or the driveways, it's a hazard. I just
as bad as ice.
It really is, because it gets underneath the leaves, and you can't always tell. Even if they're dry on top, they might be wet underneath.
Sure.
And I know, I mean, honestly, and the way my house is situated, any way to get in and out, there's leaves covering it.
Yeah. Well, you got those trees in front.
Yeah. You know? So I'm like, oh my God, be careful. I'm always yelling at myself, be careful, you know, on the steps and stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, you know what? For nuisance, I think of bugs, you know, mosquitoes, and greenhead flies. Oh, talk about a nuisance, right?
Yeah. Well, I would say during the summer months, I am 100% with you with the bug situation. And God. Down here, we have that strange drain fly situation as well.
And those roaches and stuff.
Yeah. Yucky.
Talk about a nuisance. Okay. Go from that to, what do you like most about nature?
I like the colors in nature. Like, I like the fact that you can find color, like even in the desert. I like that surprise.
Colors. That's cool.
The surprising colors that you can find in nature.
Yeah.
What do you like?
Oh, I love flowers, you know that. But I also like animals, you know. It's like, but, you know, I agree with you. You just reminded me of how beautiful things are when you have so many colors around, you know? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was coming down my in my development, we have trees lining both sides, and there was some like brilliant orange leaves going on.
Love that. And the yellow ones, I love.
But they were all orange. Like usually there's a mix, and it was like the whole thing was all just like this really bright orange, and I was like, whoa, look at this. Like,
it was probably real sunny too, right?
It was gorgeous.
It was shining right through.
Yeah.
Cool. Now that's nature. Yep. I hear you. Okay, next question. When are you nervous?
I'm nervous when my son is ill. I'm real nervous.
Yeah. Are you nervous when he's at school?
I have tried to train myself not to be, or else I'll be in a constant state of worry and upset. But I do find myself often saying prayers after I've dropped him off.
Especially what's been going on lately with the shootings and stuff.
And you know what the really scary part about it is, it's not even lately. It's constant. And it's been constant for a while. You know, anytime he's not in my sight makes me a little bit nervous.
Sure.
But I just I think
that's natural
trust.
Though too.
Yeah, you just kind of have to trust that it's going to be okay, or else you're paralyzed. You can't do anything, you know.
Yeah. For me, it's when I'm running late. That's when I get the most nervous. It's like I hate running late, you know, and it's like, okay, next question. Nectarine or peach?
Nectarine.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not crazy about the fuzzy stuff.
No,
the skin. It's a skin, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I like peaches, don't get me wrong, you know?
They're okay. They're not my favorite.
I named my cat Peaches for
I know.
Sakes, you know? Okay, last question. Favorite narrator? And I have a gut feeling I know who yours is.
Oh, yeah? My favorite narrator...
Do you want me to tell you who yours is?
No.
Okay.
I think I might have two, but I'm going to say Morgan Freeman.
That's one of mine too. Yep. Mine is James Earl Jones.
He's a good one too.
He's a really good one, but so is Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
But I thought yours was going to be William Shatner.
He's really good too. He's really good too, but I don't think I would put him as one of my favorites.
Okay.
But I think Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. He's up there for sure.
Yeah. I feel comfortable when it's him. You know, I'm this is gonna be good.
Yeah, it's like warm and cozy.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
I know. It's an old familiar voice. That's
yeah. So and not only that, but it's a voice that you associate with integrity and calm and good acting, and so you're like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good
for sure. Okay, so that wraps that up.
Nice. That was a good one.
Good.
Word game.
I have my envelope.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how good these are going to be. They're not
talk about
vetted.
Nervous.
This
is when I get a little nervous.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure because I was like, we need N words, and she was like, ah! So I don't know how well thought out for clues these ones are going to be.
I have my first one. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Artificial.
New.
Original.
Novel.
Ordinary.
Normal.
That was a good guess.
Thank you.
I'm struggling trying to find a Genuine.
Yeah, I was just thinking genuine would be the word. I'm thinking like genuine, sincere. Crikey, I think you're gonna have to give me a rhyme.
There is no rhyme for this word, but I'm gonna make one up. Smatteral.
Natural.
Yep.
That's a hard one. Natural.
That is hard.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
1 point.
That's a onesie. I don't even know what clues I could have given you to make that better. So
natural.
Okay. Natural.
Artificial was your best shot, I think. I just wasn't connecting that.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
Next.
Yes.
Sewing.
Needle.
Yes.
Good.
All right.
All right. Bracelet.
Necklace.
Good.
Oh. Okay. Bite.
Nip.
Chew.
Nibble.
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to make my words tiny.
Well, a nip would have been tiny too.
But like that was a good guess.
Okay. Dime.
Nickel.
Good. Hallelujah. Now we're cooking, lady.
Yeah. Oh, tough one right out of the gate there.
Yeah.
Birds.
Nest.
Yes.
All right. Good.
Right on.
Right on, baby. Okay. Ramen.
Noodle.
All right.
Yay.
I was debating in my brain whether to go chicken.
Oh, no, not chicken.
Oh, okay, good.
No. Ramen was the way to go on that one.
Okay, good.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Natural.
That's a good start. United
Nations?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That kind of like scared me.
Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to scare you. How did I
scare you? You ready for my last one?
Sure.
Sewing.
Needle.
Okay.
Yay.
I know. Okay. Good thing I have an extra. All right. Nose.
Nostril.
That was good. Passage.
Nasal.
Good.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
I know. It couldn't be simple with the nose, right?
Yeah.
But nostril, that was a good guess. I like that. Yeah, that was good. Alrighty. Oh, I have to add these up. That would be nice, huh?
Yeah.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 39.
All right. That's still respectable. Bad. That's respectable.
Yeah. Like I said, anything more than 6 is good in my book. Oh, man.
Okay, I have one more.
All right, I'm ready.
Lead us to our "What do you think of" segment.
Okay.
And the word is news. Oh, your favorite, news.
News. Oh, yeah. Oh, breaking news.
I knew it.
You knew it.
Weekend news.
Evening news.
Latest news.
Ooh. Cable news.
Juicy news.
Let's see. Bad news.
Oh, good news.
Oh, news of the world.
Very good. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah.
News update.
Okay. Local news.
Oh, yeah. Exciting news.
Daily news.
News Tribune.
We know that paper, right?
Yeah.
The News Tribune. News Wire.
Devastating news.
Newsday.
Daily. Oh, you said daily news. Newsworthy.
Good one. Newsstand.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, that's a good one too, right?
I don't think I have any more.
Okay, I got one last one. Evening news.
Did we say evening news already?
Did we?
I thought so.
Okay. World news.
I don't think we said that one. Okay. World news.
World news.
World news. World news tonight.
Right.
David Muir.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you watch, don't we?
Yeah, I watched that.
Oh, you know what? We could have done like ABC News and NBC News.
NBC News.
Yeah.
All right. We hope you liked that segment, and remember to follow us on Facebook and leave us a comment, keeping it about PG-16.
Yes.
And let us know what you think of when you think of news.
News.
News. News.
New news.
Old news.
There you go.
Hey.
Good one.
Okay, what you got?
So I got something about NASA.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The Artemis program is currently a 10-mission program that goes through 2033.
Wow.
So it was named Artemis, who is the sister, as we know, right?
Yes.
Is the sister of Apollo, because it will be the first crew lunar landing mission since Apollo 17 from 1972.
Whoa. They've taken their time getting back there.
Yeah, exactly. So after multiple delays on November 16, at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida, NASA finally launched Artemis 1. Which was an uncrewed test flight of the Space Launch System and the Orion spacecraft. So it's a 25-day mission that'll just orbit the moon and it'll return back to Earth. It's already been sending this amazing video that I've been watching. So if you go on NASA's website, you'll see it. It's scheduled to splash down on December 11th in the Pacific Ocean near California.
Cool.
So Artemis 2 is projected to launch in 2024 in May. And that mission's objective is to have 4 astronauts do a lunar flyby. And that'll be a maximum of 21 days. However, Artemis 3 is the biggie.
Okay.
It'll be the second crewed mission within the Artemis program, scheduled to launch in 2025. However, it'll be the first crewed lunar landing since the Apollo 17.
Nice.
And Artemis 3 will place the first woman and a person of color on the moon.
Good.
Yeah. So, and of course, NASA's goals are to launch future missions to Mars. And by the way, weird thing happened. Apollo 13 was all over HBO. So I watched that again. Houston, we have a problem.
That was a good movie.
Great movie. Yeah.
I really liked Ed Harris in that movie.
Oh, I did too.
He was so good.
Yep. And of course.
I love in the beginning when they're waiting. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I love in the beginning when they're waiting for the vest. They're like, we cannot go until we get the vest.
Yeah. So
it just goes to show you how superstitious these guys were.
Absolutely.
Like, for real. Like everything just had to be perfect.
Sure. So that's the Artemis program.
Nice.
Yeah.
Time for Pineapple Corner.
Psych.
Season 7. I'm so glad we're doing a season 7 episode.
Yeah, mixing it up.
Yeah, season 7, episode 13, Nip and Suck It.
Suck it.
In the cold open, Henry is out bird watching with a bunch of old fogies, but he doesn't quite fit in.
Not at all.
The leader says there's a lovely mature hooded oriole in the far tree, and if we're quiet, we may be treated to its song. And then Henry's phone goes. I'm Mr. Booty Man. And it completely ruins the moment. The bird flies off and everybody's pissed at him.
And he doesn't know how to turn it off.
No, which is perfect.
It's a new phone. It's Sean. Yeah.
So he walks off to call him back or do whatever, and he spots something in the bush there.
Right.
A diamond bracelet is on the ground. He picks it up with a leaf and he's inspecting it and everything.
Being a cop, he picked it up with a leaf.
Yes.
Keep the fingerprints intact.
That's right.
Yep.
So he looks around and then he spots a broken branch and he's like, uh-oh. So he starts to peg him out because, of course, he's got golf pegs on him. Little
golf tees. Yeah.
He pegs where the bracelet was. He pegs the bush and he follows the line and he finds a dead body of a woman there.
Right.
The next scene is we're in the station and he's excitedly talking to Sean and Gus. I mean, he's so excited. Too. He's mucking it up. He's having a great time. He's talking to officers. Hey, Bob, he's glue in the cage and blah, blah, blah. He's just like finger pistoling it all over the place, basically, you know? And Sean's like, he's had a tough year. Let's indulge him. He indulges him until they walk down to the autopsy room. And then he's like, nope, that's it. We've indulged him enough.
You're not coming in. Yeah.
No. And Gus is like, your dad worked here until last year. He's like, did he? So this is one of my favorite parts because not of anything that's said, but did you check the whiteboard behind Woody?
I did not. No.
Okay. At the top, it said, among other things. I mean, the whiteboard
and I love
full.
Woody.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's so good.
But it says on the top that Catheter Club has 2 meetings this week.
That's historical.
So he goes, what we have here is a woman. And we're like, yeah, great job.
It's like,
Woody.
hello.
Yeah. And then he's like, she's got a wound at the back of the head. And I place her at 27 years of age. And Sean goes, I'm going to say more like 47. Because her hands don't quite match her face.
Right.
And Jules comes in and she's like, she was actually 48 years old. And then Woody goes,
oh, we're both wrong.
Yeah. So her name is Shelley Aronson, widowed, wealthy, and she lives on her own. And Lassie is comparing her pic on the Tox report to her on the table. And he's like, this looks nothing like her.
Right.
And then Sean spots some surgical marks on her. And he deduces that she's had cosmetic surgery. And Woody confirms.
Yeah, lots of it, too.
Yeah. And he says that he recognizes the work as Dr. Joan Diamond's. And he also says that she's got enough botulism toxin in her to de-wrinkle all the Shar-Peis in China.
That was funny.
So they go and see this Dr. Joan, and she is Lori Loughlin.
Yep.
Sean's talking to the nurse as she's putting his information into the thing, and she goes, so you listed your emergency contact as Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer. That's great.
Dr. D says to Gus, I assume you're here to discuss your lobe issues. there's a slight bulbousness to them. She gives him a pamphlet, and it's so good because immediately Gus is like, my lobes. She's gotten in his head with this thing instantly.
Yep.
And Sean is being Sean, and Jules had told him that Shelley was suing Dr. Diamond, so he hits her with that, and she's like, this is neither the time nor the place for this, and I'm gonna kick you out of my office. And as they're walking back through, Henry's in the waiting room.
Yep.
Sean's like, Dad, and she's like, Henry? And he's like, Henry?
Joan?
What's happening here? And she's like, you still look good. And Sean's like, no, he doesn't. What's going on? Don't tell him that. How do you know each other? He's all like upset about the whole thing. And
right.
So Henry starts to ask her some questions, and she's like, am I a suspect here? And he's like, no, we're not accusing you of anything. And Sean's like, yes, we are. So
because at that point, Sean's convinced that the plastic surgeon did this.
Absolutely. But Henry tells Sean that his theory is a half-baked, and he goes, of course it is. Most of my theories are. And then he does his thing for a little while, and he says, bottom line, I always catch the bad guy, and I don't need your help doing it anymore. And Henry's like, oh, really? So, you know everything
Which
now,
means competition now.
Yes.
You know?
And Sean's like, I don't know everything, just everything that you know, and then some plus 3.
Oh, man.
So Henry's like, okay, good luck to you. And basically the gauntlet is thrown there.
Absolutely.
So they get their own lead because they find out, Sean and Gus, that this woman, in fact, was not a widow. She was married. And she was married to a man named Brad Turner.
Just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So Gus finds out where Brad Turner works, and they go get a couple's massage from the husband. And Gus goes, I'm going to kill you, Sean.
Exactly. And then when they get ready to get their massages, Gus goes, I better get the girl.
And he doesn't.
He doesn't, no.
And they're wearing all their clothes.
Yes.
Like, so this guy is massaging the hell out of Gus's back. He's just like back cracking him. Yeah. I mean, Sean's grilling him. Yeah. And he's like, you know, I signed a prenup. It was my idea. You can talk to the lawyer. I was not after her money. You know, she was beautiful, but she was insecure and the whole thing. So Sean's like, all right, never mind. And Gus gets up and he's like, my back feels good. He's doing this weird wiggle thing.
Exactly.
They do find out from the husband that the day she died, she went to coffee with this person that he didn't know who it was. And it turns out that she's got like a plastic surgery twin.
Yeah.
So she stole the schnoz of Brianna Hicks, and Brianna was not happy about it at all.
No.
They go to hunt down Brianna Hicks, and they go to her house, and Lassie's holding her out in handcuffs. And he's like, well, how do you get here before us? And Henry's there.
Right.
And Lassie tells him that the private detective hired on the case got there first. And Henry so condescendingly says, it took you long enough, sonny boy, you know?
Yeah.
And Sean's like, oh my God. Brianna Hicks didn't do it because she had liposuction, and she's completely beat up from it. So there's no way she dragged this woman into the woods and brained her.
No.
So now they're out of leads. Henry gets a call from Joan, and she says that there's a competing surgeon who's had it out for her, and so he might be a decent lead, and she gives him the address. So they decide they're going to follow Henry, and they're in the Blueberry. I don't know how they think that Henry's not going to spot them in the
Seriously,
Blueberry.
I agree with you, you know?
They're following him, and he turns into a parking lot. He turns into a parking lot, and they're like, oh, great. We followed him to his afternoon nap. So they're like feeling all depressed. And then they smell the food truck.
Sweet, meaty goodness. That's what he said. And then they're like, food truck.
Exactly. You see them coming around the corner with like these huge plates full of food. And then here comes Henry in the truck, beeping and honking at them. And he holds a sign out the window.
Cardboard sign. Suck it.
And Sean goes, well played, Pop. Yeah. And now they're completely screwed because they don't know where he's going. But Sean pulls a fast one. He calls Dr. Diamond and he pretends he's Henry. So somehow they show up at the address before Henry.
They take the shortcut.
Yeah, they must have. Yeah. And he rings the doorbell and Sean opens it and he says, "What took you so long, daddy boy?" And he's like, "Oh, how'd you find out about this?" Right. And it's Dr. Ted Lomax having a Botox party. And while Henry and Sean are questioning Ted, Gus is like, "Do my earlobes seem abnormal to you?" And he goes, "No, but you should do something about that forehead crease." Oh. Now Gus is obsessed with the crease.
And the Dr. Ted Lomax was played by Gregory Harrison.
Mm-hmm. So now he's completely freaked out about the crease in his forehead.
Right. This is kind of like my favorite part.
Sean spots a girl there that he saw in Dr. Diamond's office. So he goes to talk to her, and her name is Lacey, and she's Dr. Ted's esthetician. And she says that Dr. Ted isn't happy about the fact that she's leaving. And she saw Shelley the day that she died. And so Sean's like, "Okay, what's going on here?"
Let me get some information from her.
"Am I a suspect?" And he's like, "No." She's like, "I'm a nice farm girl from Bismarck." Then she says there was an Aston Martin parked in the driveway. And that's the same kind of car that Dr. Diamond has.
Right.
So she's been very helpful. He goes over to taunt Henry with this new piece of information. And Henry's like, "Lomax is a hack. And he accidentally killed her. And then he made it look like she was attacked while she was jogging because these diplomas are fake." And Gus is like, "Wait, he's not licensed to give Botox injections." And
I just let an appliance salesman inject my face?
Yes. He's got this astonished look on his face. His eyebrows are like,
wide open.
Oh my God, they're so wide.
So funny. And he carries that for a while.
For a long time. Yeah. So Lassie arrests Dr. Lomax, and Dr. Joan turns up at Henry's house, and she's got a bottle of wine. And he goes to open the wine, and she excuses herself to use the bathroom, and her purse falls on the floor, and he finds a vial of that Botox and a syringe in her purse. Right. And he's like, uh-oh. So he takes a picture of it with his phone.
Trying to take a picture of it. He takes a picture of himself, and he says, "Man, I'm bald."
And when he confronts her with it, she's like, I don't know how I got my purse. That's not mine, or whatever. He's like, "Well, I can't ignore it. I have to report it." So he goes to call Lassie, and she bashes him over the head with a mounted fish.
From the wall, the whole plaque and everything.
So she took his phone, but she didn't know he put the syringe in his pocket. So they get a good print off of it, and it turns out to be one of her prints. So Lassie's like, "Sorry, Henry, it looks like she's the killer." And Sean's like, "Don't be hard on yourself, Pop." And Henry's like, "Fine, you win." And he dejectedly kind of walks off. And then Sean sees that the print was an index finger. And he's like, "Why would it be an index finger?" And Gus says it shouldn't be. Yeah. It would have been a thumb.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Dang, Joan's been framed." So they go tell Henry, and he's at his house. He's hitting golf balls. He's in a bathrobe. He's completely dejected. So Sean tells him this new information about the fingerprint and what they think is going on, and she's been framed. And he's like, "Great." He takes the robe off. His clothes are underneath.
He's ready to go.
Rolled up. He's ready. And Sean's like, "What?" "I knew that you two of you would put your heads together and come up with something, and you did."
Yeah. So now it's the insurance policy angle.
Yeah, they decide that even though Brad had the prenup taken out, which would have covered the divorce, he would still get the life insurance, and she was murdered.
Right. Different story.
So they go to Brad's place of employment again, and they find him face down on one of the massage tables, dead. Once they're in the morgue, Sean's reading a file, and he sees that Brad's from Bismarck, North Dakota, just like Lacey is.
How about that?
They go back to Dr. Diamond's office. Lacey has got a job there now. Henry and Sean break it down together because they ran her sheet after Sean had a vision, right? And it turns out that she and Brad were high school sweethearts that scammed rich people. And then they came to Santa Barbara, and they targeted Shelley Aronson. And the deal was Brad would seduce her and then tie the knot and then divorce her and take her for everything she had. But Brad actually fell in love with Shelley. And then in a fit of rage, she killed Shelley and pinned it on Joan. And then Brad got suspicious of her, so she killed him as well.
Yeah. There was a wrinkle.
That's right. So they solved it, and everything is nice. And then we're back in the psych office, and Gus is doing all these contortions with his face, and he's
Because he has his face back now.
Yes, he's like, look at my face, and Sean's like, what am I seeing? I'm seeing whimsical with a touch of constipation.
You know that's right.
Henry and Joan come in. They're going to go fishing to replace his fish.
Right.
They get a cookie delivery, and Sean says, oh, it's from my publisher. And they're like, you wrote a book? And Gus is like, we wrote a book. And the book is Psych's Guide to Crime Fighting for the Totally Unqualified. This is a real book.
Is it real?
This is a real book.
Oh, you're kidding.
Written by Sean Spencer and Burton Guster. This is
hysterical.
A real book that you can buy.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. The cookies turn out to be for Gus.
Yes.
And there's a note. Rachel wants to talk. He's like, this is it. The breakup has begun.
Oh, the breakup cookies. And there's your pineapples.
On top of the cookies.
On top. Yep.
I Gus is like, and he's eating the cookies and is like,
For It's Greek to Me, I wanted to talk about the Greek National Anthem.
Okay.
All right. So it's referred to as the Hymn to Liberty or the Hymn to Freedom. It was written by Dionysius Solomos in 1823, who was inspired by the brave men who fought in the 1821 Greek War of Independence, which were the revolutionaries against the Ottoman Empire. It's like 150 lines long. It's now very quick. So it was later put to music in 1865 by Nikolaos Montsaros. The Greek national anthem is performed at every closing ceremony of the Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, whenever Greece wins a gold medal, which is kind of rare.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really have too big of a sports program, but nonetheless, I'm going to do the Greek version, then I'll do the literal version.
Okay.
Σε γνωρίζω από την κόψη του σπαθιού την τρομερή. Σε γνωρίζω από την όψη που με μια μετρατηγεί. Απ' τα κόκαλα βγαμένη των γελίων τα γερά. Και σε πρώτα αδειωμένη. Χαίρε ο χαίρε ελευθερά. So, the literal portion of it is, I know you from the cut of the terrifying sword. I know you from the appearance, which with force measures the earth. Just kind of like doesn't go.
Yeah.
You know? From the bones removed, the sacred ones of Greeks, and as the first brave men, rejoice, oh rejoice, liberty. And then the last two lines get repeated 2 times. But there was a poetic translation done by an English novelist in 1918, which kind of makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
We knew thee of old, O divinely restored, by the lights of thine eyes and the light of thy sword. From the graves of our slain shall thy valor prevail. As we greet thee again, hail, liberty, hail.
Our national anthem has a lot to do with soldiers and stuff too.
Yeah. Just brought back memories of Greek school.
I bet.
And a Sunday school, you know?
Yeah.
Because they would just, teach us to us. It's something that we knew ever since we were a little kid. They would line us up and then we would all sing this.
Yeah.
But I remember the one part, apta kokala vgameni, really kind of means bones removed. And it's like, ew.
Yeah.
But, it's all about war and stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I don't know that many national anthems, but they seem to center around topics like that.
Yeah. So that's the Greek national anthem.
Yeah. All right.
So before we go, when do you usually put your tree up?
Depends. It depends on when I decide to dig it out of my garage. I was going to...
We're going to put ours up next week.
I was going to attempt to put all the Christmas decorations up. I was going to do it on Friday. After Thanksgiving, but it rained.
Right.
So I'm waiting, so I'll probably do it this weekend.
It's funny because once it gets dark and you just look outside in my neighborhood, hubby said, they put their tree up already. They put their tree up already, It's like, wow, right after Thanksgiving,
My neighbor put his up the week before Thanksgiving. I was like, man. And it's the only one. It's like a beacon when you turn down my street at night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then it makes everybody else look bad. Yeah. This is up and it's gorgeous already.
It's like, dude, you're making us look bad.
Yeah. I got to do mine in stages because nobody will help me, really.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. So if I do the outside, then I'm pooped, and I don't want to do the inside or vice versa. Mm-hmm. But I got to make an effort this year because I didn't do squat for Halloween, and it was really pathetic.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to tell your friends and follow us on Facebook at Sense and Nonsense, A to Z, all one word. And wherever you're listening, especially if you're listening on YouTube, remember to like our episode, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to hit the notification bell, ding, to get notified of each episode as it becomes available. To not make ourselves crazy, remember, we're taking a break for 2 weeks, and we'll come back with our holiday episode and the letter O on December 20th.
Yay.
Yeah.
We appreciate you listening. With that, we're out of here.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you on December 20th.